It was a late summer evening when the next act of audacity unfolded. Karen had apparently grown tired of petty harassment and decided to escalate her interference. She called the cops on me, claiming I was stealing electricity from the neighborhood grid. At first, it sounded absurd. My ranch operated entirely on a private solar array and backup generator systems. But Karen, in her relentless pursuit of control, believed she could manipulate law enforcement with her claims. By the time the officers arrived, I had prepared meticulously. I had invoices for electricity, installation permits for solar panels, and a complete schematic of my private grid. Every detail, every wire, every meter reading was documented and verified. I calmly greeted the officers as they approached, Max by my side, projecting calm authority. Karen, of course, arrived shortly after, her face flushed with indignation. "He's stealing electricity," she shouted, pointing at me, as if her finger alone could create reality. I remained calm, speaking clearly and measuredly. "Officer, all electrical systems on this property are legal, documented, and private. Any accusation of theft is false and willfully misleading." The officers, trained to assess situations impartially, began their inspection. They traced every line, checked every meter, and reviewed the documentation I had prepared. Karen tried to argue, citing her concerns and her perception of entitlement, but her claims quickly unraveled under scrutiny. It was then that the truth became undeniable. Karen's own property was illegally tapped into the grid, siphoning electricity without proper authorization or permits. The irony was palpable. Her attempt to accuse me backfired spectacularly, exposing her own violation and shifting the scrutiny entirely onto her. I handed the officers the documentation proving my legitimate electricity usage, while Karen fumed, unable to counter the evidence. The officers took detailed statements, recorded the illegal tap, and informed her that she would face penalties for her actions. The neighbors who had gathered nearby watched the scene unfold. Karen, who had previously wielded imagined authority, was now exposed as reckless and illegal. Her influence evaporated under the weight of truth and documentation, leaving her humiliated and powerless. Later, I filed formal reports with both the HOA and local authorities, ensuring that the incident was fully documented. Any future attempts to accuse or interfere would be met with legal action, backed by clear evidence and prior precedent. That evening, Sarah and I walked the perimeter of the ranch, Max trotting ahead, alert and watchful. The solar panels glinted in the setting sun, a quiet testament to preparedness, planning, and lawful authority. Karen's audacity had been neutralized once again, and her influence diminished, while our property remained secure, lawful, and respected. By nightfall, the ranch returned to its peaceful rhythm. The electrical systems hummed quietly, the children played safely, and the lesson was unmistakable. Audacity without knowledge or legal backing can easily be turned back upon the perpetrator. Karen had tried to manipulate perception, but evidence, preparation, and calm authority always prevail over recklessness. The ranch, our family, and our peace were intact, and the story of the failed accusation would serve as a permanent reminder of the consequences of overreach and false claims.